The elevator doors slid shut with a soft metallic sigh, sealing her inside with a stranger she hadn't even noticed until the last second. It was late, too late for the office building to feel alive, and the fluorescent lights flickered like they were tired of working overtime. She hugged her coat tighter around herself, already regretting staying late to finish a project no one else cared about. The man beside her stood tall and still, dressed in a tailored charcoal suit that probably cost more than her monthly rent. He didn't look at her, just stared at the glowing numbers above the door as the elevator began its descent. Floor 27, 26, 25. She exhaled slowly, trying to shake the tension from her shoulders. Elevators made her nervous on a good day. Being alone in one at night with a silent, intimidating stranger made her nerves buzz like live wires. At floor 22, the elevator shuddered. Not a gentle hiccup, but a violent jolt that knocked her balance sideways. She grabbed the railing, heart slamming against her ribs. "What was that?" she blurted. The elevator lurched again, lights flickering wildly before everything went still. The numbers froze. The hum of motion died. Silence, then the emergency lights snapped on, bathing the cramped space in a dim red glow. Her breath caught. No, 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 no. She jabbed the emergency button once. Twice. Harder. Nothing. A laugh escaped her lips, sharp, panicked, ugly. Perfect. Just perfect. Of course this would happen. Of course. The man finally turned to her. His voice was calm, low. "It'll be all right. These elevators have multiple safety systems." "Oh, great," she snapped before she could stop herself. "So we'll just sit here for hours while the building forgets we exist." "Fantastic." He raised an eyebrow, clearly surprised by her tone but still composed. "I'm sure maintenance will respond quickly." She scoffed. "You sound very confident for someone who's clearly never been stuck in one of these death boxes before." "They're statistically very safe." "Well, statistically, people also say you shouldn't microwave metal, and yet here we are," she muttered, pacing the tiny space. He studied her for a moment, not annoyed, if anything, curious. "Are you always this expressive under stress?" Her head snapped toward him. "Are you always this condescending?" The corner of his mouth twitched. "I wasn't trying to be." "Sure you weren't." Her voice shook now, panic rising despite her efforts. "Let me guess, you're some high-level executive who's never had anything go wrong in his life. You probably think problems just fix themselves because money tells them to." That got his attention. His eyes darkened slightly, but he didn't raise his voice. "You're making assumptions." "Because they're usually right," she shot back. "Men like you always think you're untouchable." For a moment, the only sound was the faint buzz of the emergency light, then he surprised her by laughing. Not mockingly. Not cruelly. Just a quiet, genuine laugh that echoed softly in the confined space. "That might be the most inaccurate description of me I've heard all week," he said. She folded her arms defensively. "Good. Then maybe reality will finally catch up to you." Another silence fell, heavier this time. Regret began to seep in, slow and uncomfortable. She'd lashed out at a stranger who hadn't actually done anything wrong. Stress had turned her sharp, mean. She cleared her throat. "Look, I'm sorry. I'm just nervous. I can tell," he said gently. "Elevators." She nodded. "Since I was a kid." "I'm Daniel," he offered, extending a hand. She hesitated, then shook it. "Emma." His grip was warm and steady. Grounding, somehow. Minutes passed. 10, 15. The air felt thicker, warmer. Her breathing started to shorten despite her attempts to stay calm. "You're breathing too fast," Daniel said quietly. "I know," she snapped, then winced. "Sorry. I know. It's okay." He shifted closer, not touching her but close enough that she felt less alone. "Try this. Breathe in slowly. Count to 4. She did, reluctantly. "Now out. 6 counts." Again. They repeated it until her heartbeat slowed, her chest no longer aching like it might burst. "You're good at that," she admitted. "I've had practice," he said. Something unreadable crossed his face, gone before she could ask. A sudden bang echoed from above, making her flinch violently. Instinctively, she stumbled forward, and he caught her. His arms wrapped around her without hesitation, solid and protective. She froze for half a second, then melted against him, hands gripping his jacket like it was the only thing keeping her upright. "It's okay," he murmured, one hand steady at her back. "I've got you." The words hit her harder than the noise. She didn't know how long they stayed like that, seconds or minutes, but for the first time since the elevator stopped, she felt safe. Eventually, she pulled back, cheeks burning. "Sorry. I didn't mean to." "You don't need to apologize," he said. A crackle sounded through the speaker overhead. "This is building maintenance. We've located the elevator. Please remain calm." Relief flooded her so fast she laughed. When the elevator finally jerked back to life and the doors opened on the lobby, she almost didn't want to leave. The world outside felt too loud, too open. As they stepped out, 2 security guards rushed over, checking on them. Daniel spoke quietly with them, efficient and respectful. That's when she noticed how everyone reacted to him, the way they straightened. Listened. Her stomach dropped. "Oh," she said softly. "You're important." He glanced at her, amused. "Is that your polite way of saying I'm rich?" She grimaced. "I may have implied worse." "You did," he agreed. "But given the circumstances, I'll let it go." They walked toward the exit together. Outside, the city glowed with late-night life, sirens, headlights, the hum of endless movement. She stopped near the curb. "Listen, Daniel. About what I said earlier, I was unfair. You didn't deserve that." He studied her face, searching for something. "Apology accepted." She hesitated, then added, "Thank you. For staying calm. For protecting me." He smiled, not the polite one from before, but something warmer. "I'd do it again." A black car pulled up smoothly to the curb. The driver stepped out, opening the door for him. Her eyes widened. "Wow, okay. I really misjudged you." "Yes," he said lightly. "You did." He paused before getting in. "Can I see you again, Emma? Under less mechanical circumstances?" She surprised herself by smiling immediately. "I'd like that." He handed her a card. "Call me." As the car drove away, she stood there longer than necessary, card clutched in her hand, heart lighter than it had been in years. She'd been trapped in an elevator with a stranger and insulted him out of fear. But somehow, in the darkness, she'd found the one man who would protect her forever, starting from the moment she needed it most.